takes a while for an artist to really find out who he really is. My career path has been a lot of trials. I was a kid when I was younger that I had to touch the stove about 3 times before I discovered that it was going to burn the heck out of me. And that's just kind of how I am. You know, I don't give up very easy. I've been kicked around, I've hit the ground and had to get back up and did it again and again and again and again. And I moved to Nashville and started singing downtown at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge. I did that for about 1.5 to 2 years, but I wasn't happy. As much as I love singing Dixieland a lot, 12 times a night, and Freebird 20 times a night, I was not satisfied. I needed something more. And I moved back to Missouri. Went back home with my tail tucked between my legs. I didn't know what to do, what the next step was. I knew where I wanted to be, and just didn't know how to get there. And I didn't want to get wrapped up in that scene on Broadway, and got a job at a children's rehabilitation facility. I was a recreational therapist assistant, and still to this day, that was the best job I've ever had, or I enjoyed the most out of singing. There's about 8 to 10 kids there, and it was an in-house facility, very well put together place. And these kids would stay there for years, and their parents would come and visit them every other month, or every month, or sometimes 3 months, and then sometimes not even that. And they had Christmas there; they never left. That changed me a little bit. I don't know how, but just saying, man, these kids weren't even given a shot. I'd bring my guitar, and I remember before they go to bed, sitting inside of the room singing for these kids, and they said, well, what are you doing? Why don't you go back to Nashville and sing and have these kids? And I was like, I don't know. I was kind of waiting for something. I didn't know how to do it. That was when Red Akins called and said, man, I love this album. He said, well, man, I'd love to work with you if you're game for that. That was when I said, okay, I'm doing this, and they're going to have to run me out of Nashville or bury me there, and I'm not leaving until I get in the Country Music Hall of Fame, hopefully someday. And I said, if I'm gonna be away from my family, then I wanna go 90 to nothing at this thing. And that's how I am with everything. I go 100 miles an hour, whatever I'm doing, it's the way it is. That's how I've pretty much been.